Hey everyone, Jim with Homespark Knife Sharpening. Got some steak knives to do. These are not serrated steak knives, and they're small. So I'm going to use a Ken Onion for these, and we'll get going. This is a Cubitron P120, and let's set these over here so I can move them over as we do them. So we're going to sharpen them up. We'll go from the Cubitron to the Trizac, which I have around here somewhere. I think this is the right one. Yeah. This is a Trizac A30, which is a 600 grit. So we'll go to that after we do the Cubitron. So this is a Cubitron P120. We'll go from that to the Trizac A30, which is 600 grit. After we finish up with this, let me put this down here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get sharpening. Taking this down to around 16 degrees. There we go. These are sharpening up real easy. So Guess here's the Cubitron. Oh, that's not the right one. I knew something looked funky with that. Okay, now we got it. Trizac A30. Okay, so I can see the burr running all the way across. So we're going to go ahead and hit these real quick on the leather. Move the camera here so you can see. So hit these all on the leather. Let me put a little compound on here. Okay. Boy, I can see the burr on these. There we go. Burr really wants to stick onto these, so I'm just okay. That feels good. Good. Okay, next. There are some metals that you get a nice burr, but it almost turns into, it's kind of like a piece of foil, and it just wants to stick. So normally I don't have to go over knives that much to get rid of a burr. But on these, that burr is just really sticking on there. So I've got to work it back and forth quite a bit. And I am going with light pressure. I'm not digging into this. Not sure if you guys can see that on camera. Okay. Okay, so let's take care of that. Let's grab some paper here. We'll see if we got these all sharp. Yeah. Yep, that one's good. Seems like the first cut sometimes kind of takes that first cut to get. Not sure if it's micro burr. Yeah, and it's push cutting. See, it's that first grab. Once it's in there, it's working good. Of course, as I've told you guys before, the my paper out here in the garage, because we're so humid all the time, tends to be wet. So it makes it a lot harder to cut. Okay. See, once you get started though, oh, not this one. Oh, maybe. Let me get a new piece of paper. This one's getting about had it. See, I like going slow, because slow is going to tell you a lot more about what kind of edge you have. See, especially like this. That should cut in a little easier, but it's push cutting. Yeah, it's cutting. See if it's push cutting on this. Yep. Yeah, this wet paper, I've got to come up with some kind of solution to that so I can test these a little easier, because it's so humid out here and this paper gets so soggy, it just soaks up the moisture. And I really don't want to use necessarily a thicker paper. The thicker your paper gets, the easier it's going to be to cut. So I still want a thin paper, but I got to do something about the humidity and the sogginess of the paper, because it does get soggy. So anyway, I think that's it for these knives. These are all set. Just going to clean them up a little bit, and then we can send them back to the customer. I am almost out of my isopropyl alcohol in there. And then I'll put these in some kind of a sheath, I think. These are so small, I hate to use those great big sheaths. So I may cut them down. Probably get all 6 of these with one sheath if I cut them down. Oops. So I'll give that a shot. But yeah, these came out nice. And they're good looking knives. They're just, you know, normally I'm used to steak knives that have serrations in them, and these do not. These are just straight sharp knives. So, and they are sharp now. So, okay, so I think what I'm going to do on these, if I can find my scissors. There they are. Four and four, yeah. So I'll just use some tape to tape these up. But I think what I can do, just cut these at 4 inches like this. Then we can cut them in half this way. Then we can slide all these in this way. Just like that. I'll put some tape on here to hold them. So I got to go find some tape. I don't know if I actually have any out here. I want to use like a Scotch tape to do that. So I'll go grab that and finish them up. Then I will see you guys in the next one.